Hello, hello. So this is my client fam. She loves her twists. And so to prep her hair, we're stretching it out here after our wash and condition. Look at that, look at that. I know I've sped this part up because this is not a blow dry video, but I did want to show you the entire process. And so once we're done with the blow dry, I'm going to show you what the hair actually looks like. So we've sectioned off her hair because that's how I like to work. And we're not doing squares today. We're actually going to do random parts for her twists. And so she bought 5 bundles of the QVR Afro Kinky bulk hair in natural, 18 inches. It is 100% unprocessed human hair. This hair feels really soft, guys. Like it's super soft, like right out the package. As you can see here, it is a lot of hair. And each bundle comes with a crochet hook, which is really good. You never can have too many crochet hooks. And so I'm just taking it out of the net here. And so I like to go by feel. And so it felt natural for me to split this bundle in half. And so that's what I did here before I started to separate it and put each piece onto my braiding rack. And so here's the rack. And I'm going to show you what I mean by this. So this is me just splitting the bundle in half, which was quite easy because the hair is super soft. And now I'm just going to pull super small pieces. And so what you'll see here is about half a bundle fills up almost my entire rack. And my rack has about 60 of those pegs. And so that's a lot of pieces because with each twist, I use about 2 to 3 pieces depending on where I was on my client's head. And so I just want to add that although my client bought 5 bundles, we actually ended up only opening up 4 of them. And so she had 1 full bundle left over with a little bit from the 4th bundle. And so we're just going to begin. And so I use just a tiny bit of gel, nothing too crazy. I don't like to load up my client's hair with gel. And so I'm starting off as a knotless braid. And so I do the first leg and then I grab a piece and I'm about to feed it in right here, braid down a little bit, and then I'm going to grab my second piece and I'm going to feed that in as well. And then I'm going to braid down a few more times. It's 2, 3, and 4. It varies each time. It just depends on how secure you feel it is in your hands. Like there's no real rules to this. I usually just braid down a little bit past after I've already fed in the hair. And so I'm just using a little bit more gel at this point, and I'm sort of twisting as I go down the twist. And so that gives your twist a really nice smooth finish when you do that. And here I'm just inserting another leg as I get further down the twist. And so what I like to do is I like to pull it like that, and then I'll feed it in here just so. And then I'm still doing that same twisting as you twist motion as I work my way down the twist. I'll be showing these same steps from multiple angles so you can see how the fingers are moving and how everything looks. So here's another angle. It's kind of giving you like the side view, which sometimes is really good. You can sort of see what I'm doing more with my fingers here. And so I'm just going to start off as a knotless braid once more. I'm just going to grab my first piece that I'm going to feed in. And I've done so here. And now I'm going to grab my second piece and feed that in as well. If you haven't worked with human hair before, it does take like a couple of twists before you sort of get used to it. I have worked with this hair before, so it wasn't too much of a struggle for me, but it's just something to keep in mind as you begin to work with different textures that you're not used to working with. adding another leg onto the twist. As you can see, I pulled it up so that I could, get the tension there going, and then I'm feeding it in now, and I'm twisting as I go. And so here we have another view, so you can take a look at what this looks like from another angle. And so I'm just adding the first leg here. I'm going to braid a little bit, and then I'm going to add in the second piece here as well. And then something to note here is sometimes you end up, before you start twisting, you'll end up splitting everything you have in your hands in half and then just twist that straight down. Sometimes it feels balanced without doing that, but for the most part, we end up splitting everything in our hands in half so that it feels equal on both sides before we start twisting down. And again, we're twisting as we twist. It's super important that this is balanced on both sides of your hands as you twist, because we don't want to have to borrow hair too much once we get further down the twist. Sometimes this happens when we're braiding hair. It doesn't feel like it's equal, so that we have to sort of borrow from another leg to give to another. But with twists, you want to make sure that it feels balanced from the beginning. I'm just adding in the third piece here. And so for most of these twists, I use 2 pieces initially, and then I added in a third further down the twist. And for some of these twists, because the hair length sometimes varied, I ended up using more than 3 pieces per twist. So that's just something to note as well. And you really have to use your discretion, and it depends on how long you want each section to be. So we're all done now. This is what the first phase looks like. We're really happy with these results. I'm just going to trim some flyaways that are at the bottom there before I take her back to the zinc to just wet her down. A lot of people just use like a spray bottle to activate the curl for this hair, but I really wanted to take her back to the zinc and use extremely hot water just on the ends to activate the curl. This isn't a necessary step if you're doing this yourself at home. As I'm in a salon environment, of course, I wanted to bring her back to the zinc. We're just back at the chair, and this is what her hair looks like after it's been activated by the water. It looks so good. We're just spraying her down with some leave-in conditioner to soften it up. I really love how this hair felt. It felt super soft, and here I'm just putting on a mousse and just working it through the ends there. It felt really good. It was further activating the curls, which was nice. Came out really well. Super happy with this. Wetting it and putting the leave-in product and then putting the mousse really made a difference in how this hair looks once it's finished. And so here I'm just blow drying her hair so she doesn't leave with wet hair, and she absolutely loved it. She's smiling. You can't see, but she's smiling, trust me. And now she's just playing around with her hair. She does a lot of fitness, so she's like, can I put this up? Yes, you can. And so as you can see, it's pretty versatile. We did random parts, and so the grout's going to be super natural, and this is what it looks like. We were happy with the results. It gets 2 thumbs up for me. I highly recommend you getting this hair, and I'll have a link below down for you to do that.